Warning. If you are allergic to bullshit, I suggest you don't watch this video. So, there's your warning. Here goes. Climate report predicts longer heat waves, more flooding. I'd love to know who did this climate report, but anyway. Story by Zach De Silva, whoever this idiot is. More heat wave related deaths. We'll just stop on that for a sec. Heat wave related deaths. It's a known fact that it's like a ratio of 7 to 1 that people die from cold as compared to heat. So maybe if we got a little bit warmer, that 7 to 1 might, reduce a little bit. But here, more heat wave related deaths, which obviously means that there's going to be a lot more deaths related to cold. But anyway, keep going. Longer droughts in some areas. I wonder how they know which areas are going to be longer and which aren't. And more frequent flooding. Oh, yeah, okay, we've never had floods in Australia, that's right. Being forecast in a landmark. Government. Oh, well, here we go. You know it's bullshit straight away. Report outlining the risks rising global temperatures pose to Australia. Oh, well, right here, right now, I've got to say, there's the wind blowing like hell outside. Last 5 years, roughly last 5 years, the winters have been as cold as never before in my lifetime here in Melbourne. And the summers, we're lucky to get over 5-6 days over 35. We used to get that in a whole week 40 years ago. In a whole week, we'd have days in the old Fahrenheit 100 degrees, day after day after day. But now, one day is supposedly a heat wave. One day, if it gets in the 30s, it's a heat wave. That's how desperate they are. And the thing is, it's not strange. It's bullshit how the media always focuses on hot days. You never hear them talking about how cold it is. Never. It's just, as soon as it's a hot day, it's catastrophic, bullshit, heat wave, we're going to die. And I'll never forget, I did a video 5-6 years ago. There was an article saying that there will be no more snow in Victoria by 2030. No more snow. Guaranteed the snowfields in Victoria this winter have been like never before. It's 2025. Do you think that's going to disappear in 5 years' time? No more snow in Victoria. Well, I've predicted for a while there's going to be snow in the streets of Melbourne, because as far as I'm concerned, it's getting colder. We're heading into a mini ice age, and this global warming is just complete and utter bullshit. The National Climate Risk Assessment, what the fuck is that? Honestly, I could click on it, but I'm not going to bother. Warns no community will be spared from the impacts of climate change. So they've just gone from global warming to climate change now, suggesting the effects will span across areas as diverse as agriculture, health and national security. Future changes in Australia's climate will not occur gradually or smoothly, the report's overview warns. And here we show a flood. Floods are also expected to become more frequent as sea levels rise, according to the report. Sea levels rising. Well, the last time I went to the beach, I know, tides come in and out, but actually the water seemed further out. I had to walk out a lot further, to get water above your knees. So where's the sea levels rising there? And if you're in Sydney, there's in the harbour a little fort, like a fort called Fort Denison. It's been there for God knows how long. There's a photo of that 100 years ago, and you compare it to Fort Denison today, and the water is exactly at the same spot 100 years apart. So I don't think anything's rising there, but yeah, sea levels rising. The first of its kind document, like I said, who's making up this shit? modelled how global warming will impact individual communities, the nation's economy and the environment under 3 different scenarios of warming. Experts, yeah, who are these experts? Believe, look, these fucking experts couldn't tell you the temperature in a few days' time, let alone 10, 20, 30 years. Fucking experts believe the Australian continent is already 1.5 centigrade hotter than it was before the Industrial Revolution. 1.5 hotter? Really? And that's going to really bother us? So, we're talking about before the Industrial Revolution. When was that? We're talking hundreds of years ago. 1.5, well, you know, it's not going to be exactly the same. It's going to go up or down, isn't it? It just happens it might be 1.5 hotter. Big fucking deal. Experts. Then they say if global temperatures increase by an average of 3 compared to pre-industrial levels, how would you know what it was like pre-industrial? Anyway, you fucking idiots. The report predicts a dramatic spike in the number of Australians who will die during these one-day heat waves. You know, 35 degrees. And the thing is, I saw it, actually it was a few days ago, coldest place in the world, minus 72 degrees. Can you imagine telling someone there, would you like a couple of 3 degrees warmer? It'll be minus 69. Do you think you can handle that? I mean, honestly, it depends where the fuck you are in the world. If you're quite close to the equator in places like Singapore, it's fucking hot all the time, but you get used to it. You get used to it. And in Australia, if you're up the north in Darwin, where it's in the 30s virtually all year round, you're conditioned to it. You're used to it. And if it does go up 1 or 2 degrees, you get conditioned to it. And you learn to live with it. But in the colder parts down below, in Hobart, Tasmania, or even Melbourne, where it gets pretty cold, I mean, I'm sure we'd love a few more degrees. I'm sure we'd love a few more degrees, 3, 4, 5. I'd even like 10 degrees more. Imagine all the cost we'll save, you know, energy-wise during winter. I mean, friggin' my bloody heater's been on non-stop for virtually 5, 6 months. So anyway, that's exactly what I'm saying. 3 degrees means nothing depending where you are. If you're in the hot area, you get used to it. If you're in a colder area, you'd love it. Under that scenario, it warns the number of heatwave-related deaths could skyrocket by more than 400% in Sydney and by more than 250% in... How could you differentiate between Sydney and fucking Melbourne and say 400 here and 250? Who comes up with this crap? 400%. That's because the numbers are so low, you can make up this huge figure. People don't really die from heat-related deaths. Like I said, 7-1, cold to heat. Floods are expected to become more frequent as sea levels rise. Tropical cyclones are forecast to hit Australia less often, but there is a possibility they will become more severe and shift slightly farther south. If temperatures increase by an average of 3 degrees, the report predicts a spike in Aussie heat wave. There we go. Some of the national forecasts are also highly uncertain. Highly uncertain. That's because they fucking make this shit up. It's all uncertain. Under 3 degrees of warming, the amount of time spent in drought, for example, is given a range spanning from a 15% reduction to an 89% increase. Forecasts at a local level are more precise. 89%? Where'd they get this fucking figure from? You couldn't round it up to 90, could you? The government is also releasing the National Adaptation Plan. What the fuck is that? How many $1 million is that going to cost us? A separate report outlining how Australia can mitigate some of the risks posed by global warming. There's no fucking risk posed by global warming, you idiots. But it warns some risks like sea level rises are unavoidable, and Australians will have to learn to live with the change. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. You change if things go up or down. You fucking, you get used to it, and you exactly, you live with the change. You know, what sort of statement is that? We got a video here. Rising seas, cities that could be underwater in 100 years. Rising seas, cities that could be underwater in 100 years. I'll play this. It's got shit music, so I'll mute that and I'll put it at a slower speed because you might want to read what it says here. Hang on, let's go. Rising seas, cities that could be underwater in 100 years. According to various studies, the expected increases in water levels are locked in. I love the way they show, you know, when there's a massive flood, like, you know, oh shit, that's what's going to be like when the sea levels rise. I mean, this is, you know, once in a fucking few hundred years, somewhere, in some place, it's going to happen. You know, that's the way life is. They're going to make it like this is going to be fucking normal everywhere. The expected increases in water levels are locked in, meaning they cannot be altered. If we continue, our world could become 4 degrees centigrade warmer. Give me 4 degrees any time. That degree of warming could lock in a median of 8.9 metres. You know, here we go again. Not 9 metres, not 10 metres, 8.9 metres. Who comes up with this shit, I keep saying, of sea level rise? No, fucking sea levels aren't going to rise. How's it going to rise? You know, where's all this water going to come from? Oh, that's right, because the Arctic ice is fucking melting. Oh, yeah, bullshit. Flooding lands that are home to 470 to 760 million people worldwide. How did they get that figure? Couldn't they just give it a, like, you know, 500,000 or 1 million? 470 to 760. Oh, I mean, the shit they come up with. All right. Sorry. There we go. Shanghai. There's a river that runs there. You tell me that's going to rise and it's going to flood Shanghai, is it? Shanghai is China's most populous city, one of the world's largest ports and the biggest city in the world, set on the banks of the East China Sea at the mouth of the Yangtze River. Shanghai rises a mere 3 to 5 metres above current sea level and is considered the most vulnerable major city in the world to serious flooding. It's not going to rise. Sure, if it does, there could be problems, but it's not going to rise. Scare, fear, fear, fear. What's next? There you go. Mumbai is India's most populous city and one of the largest and most densely populated urban areas in the world. The city sits on a low-lying plain on the coast of the Arabian Sea, with 1/4 of its surface area below current sea level. Mumbai already struggles to drain regular floodwater during excess rainfall. You notice how they pick out these cities that are the most populous because, oh, it's going to kill so many more people. You can say this about just about any freaking city near water all over the world, but no, let's pick the ones with the greatest populations. We're halfway there. Who's next? Don't say Melbourne. There we go. Jakarta. Located on the island of Java, Jakarta, the largest city in Indonesia, lies in a low and swampy alluvial plain traversed by 13 rivers, making it highly prone to flooding. The city is sinking under the weight of buildings constructed on drain swamps, making it the fastest sinking city. It's sinking, is it? Oh, fucking hell. It's sinking. How did they come up with that shit? So all those buildings there are causing the city to sink. So all the roads are sinking, everything is sinking. Bull fucking shit. Sorry to put you through this crap, but anyway. We only got probably 2 more cities. Let's guess what's next. Oh, God, it'll be a big city, I know that. There we go, Rotterdam, Netherlands. Some places, however, are learning to live with water, like the Dutch city of Rotterdam, which is already 90% below sea level. As the oceans rise, cities like Rotterdam are seeking solutions such as better drainage and networks of dikes, dams and seawalls. Is that Rotterdam? Don't look like it. Wow. Not that I've been there. Here we go. Had to be New York. The sea along New York's coast has been on the rise for over half a century. So it only decided to start rising 50 years ago, did it? What happened 50 years ago to all of a sudden make it rise? Having risen 0.2 metres since 1950. Oh, fuck, 0.2 metres. Mainly due to the fact that the Big Apple is sinking and the Gulf Stream is slowing. Yet the rate of sea level rise isn't slowing down. In fact, it's speeding up. It's sinking, is it? Fucking hell. All those buildings, yeah, too much weight. They should have made them out of plastic, you know. They should have known that if you build too many buildings in New York, that New York's going to sink. Oh, fucking sink. Are you kidding me? I think there's one more. One more. What are we going to finish up with? No, there probably isn't going to be any more. There it goes. They always had to finish with the biggest city. So that's it. There's your lot of bullshit. Climate report predicts longer heat waves, more flooding. So everyone here in Melbourne especially, get ready for that one hot day this summer. And I'm sure the beaches will be crowded. It's amazing how hardly anyone goes to the beach anymore, but as soon as there's a hot day, it's absolutely, all the beaches here in Melbourne are crowded, because it's very rare that we get hot days in summer now, but not according to the experts and Zach De Silva, whoever this fucking idiot is. Anyway, sorry for the bullshit, but anyway, I just had to warn you. I had to warn you because, you know, extra 1.5 degrees in 1,000 years is going to really kill us all.